I don't like to rain on people's parade, but I'm not happy with this one. Congratulations to Joker, you are the best big man in the league, but based on everybody's criteria, my criteria, stat stuffer, you guys' criteria, #1 seed, which team has a better record, I felt Shai Alexander deserved it. I've been #2 a lot. When I played my ass off, #2, so the fact that he has to start all over next year and try to win it again, I think it was, I know it's going to be hurtful for him. Hopefully he uses this to motivate him to win a championship.
The most physically dominating big men in NBA history, feeling very submissive when other greats earn awards he don't personally acknowledge, continuing to take shots at all-time greats who's either won an MVP over him or surpassed him in awards. The now 52-year-old four-time champ and one-time MVP, most known for taking shots at players not because of their lack of skill sets, but more so jealousy reasons.
And again, no disrespect to the Joker, best big man in the league by far. You could have went this way, but I thought Shai Alexander.
Here's the interview with TNT moments after the announcement of Nikola Jokic winning his third straight MVP.
I want you to hear from me first. I thought the SGA should have been the MVP. That's no disrespect to you, but congratulations. And what do you guys have to do to get back on track versus Minnesota?
Thank you, Shaq. We don't judge people here, so that's fine. It's your opinion. I'm joking.
The best big man since Shaq having the Diesel feeling some sort of way? The Serbian truly doesn't care about winning another MVP award, just does his job on the day-to-day basis and cheers on his horses. During a TNT segment March 2019, Baron Davis calls Jokic the White Shaq and a furious O'Neal irate.
To me, Jokic is the White Shaq, of this day and era.
Stop it. Don't do that.
He is. He is the white version of Shaq. When you think about, outside, he go outside, inside. He can pass.
Well,
he got the dunk. He got the handle.
Yeah.
He got the, he was the only big dude handling it.
Don't do that. Technical foul on Baron Davis.
Here's Candace Parker after mentioning Jokic as White Shaq and the studio guys getting under his skin.
I love the fact that they're able to space the floor with the amount of shooters that they have while having a Shaq-like player in the middle of the court.
The White Shaq
dropping dimes.
The White Shaq.
Coming to the White Shadow?
Hey, the White Shaq.
The White Shadow.
White Shaq.
Hey, and,
the way he dominate, come on.
Shaq, we've already talked about Jokic, how good his game is, and I like the Dave Chappelle.
White Shaq.
You don't like that
I
from
don't
me?
know, CeeLo was pretty good.
Yeah,
You don't like that?
CeeLo.
Last dude y'all thought was Shaq ain't doing too well, is he?
When asked about the 2021 MVP race, the year Jokic earned his first, O'Neal was against the Joker since winning his first of 3 MVPs and counting.
I give it to Joel Embiid right now.
Because?
He's playing the game like he's supposed to be playing. He's leading, he's rebounding, he's playing inside, he's out there having fun. His PPG is more than the Joker's, and he's a little bit better, not a lot better.
All the things Shaq said about Joel, playing like he's supposed to, leading, rebounding, and out there having fun, without even hearing who he was going to mention, 99% of you would assume he was talking about Jokic.
So you're going Jokic?
I'm saying it's...
Y'all just hating. Y'all just saying,
I
because
didn't
he
finish
missed
it.
games,
No.
Joker
He didn't miss
moves
5
up.
games, dude. He missed 20.
Joker went on to receive over 90% first place votes and beat only 1 first place vote. We can put that debate to rest once and for all. Never mind, here's O'Neal doubling down for Joel.
Your criteria is not potent enough for me. Y'all are hating. Both of y'all
Well,
are
I hate because the two missed 20 games.
Don't matter. He still came in and averaging 30.1 points.
Well, if that was the case, well, then, hey,
He's averaging 27.
Hold on.
Jokic averaging 27, though.
Yeah, below.
But he's averaging 8.5 assists.
Below, it's still below.
No, but he's averaging almost 9 assists.
No.
He's better than point guards at passing the basketball.
Joe's number, he left high and came back high.
Because he wasn't playing, fool. The numbers didn't go down when he wasn't playing.
You can't take away because the man missed 18 games.
Yes, you can.
You cannot. That's that weak criteria that y'all live with. That's weak. Joel Embiid is the most dominant big man in the game.
No, we didn't
We're
say
not
He
gonna
should be MVP. So he should be MVP.
No, that's not it. No.
He should be MVP.
Here comes Steve Nash.
Did Steve Nash win the MVP over you?
Yeah.
Because he was a better player than you.
Because I had a better record. But Steve Nash has never been the most dominant.
I just want to ask.
It ain't just about dominance.
That has nothing to do with the argument that I was going
That's what
with. I just
MVP
want
mean
to
to
say.
everybody else.
No,
except you little
that's
weaklings.
not. If it meant that to everybody else, you would have won it.
You little weaklings in the media who
That's
never
okay.
played the
Listen,
game.
I told you.
Yeah,
I never
whatever.
thought you was going to make it. A flash in the pan.
Well, guess what? Well, this says I made it.
The TNT crew continues to roast Shaq on only having one MVP.
Mike D'Antoni is just a flat-out offensive genius. He turned Steve Nash into a good player, to a Hall of Famer.
And to an MVP.
Yeah.
Twice over.
But also, you look at James Harden, 3 or 4 years ago.
I'm sorry.
Come on, Shaq, let it go.
Come on, man. Shaq, let it go. Man. Let it go, Shaq. We know you should have more than one MVP. That is a travesty.
Damn right.
I will say that today. All right. But we're going to.
But he does have 2. But go ahead.
But Steve has more, twice as many as you do.
And you'll never catch him. Go ahead.
Hey, you what, Ernie?
And you'll never catch him.
You'll never catch him.
Dr. O'Neill, what seems to be your overriding concern today? What is your issue?
It was this little good-looking David Beckham little guy running around like a gnat, just passing the ball to people and doing this and doing that. He scored every now and then, but he would always beat me out in the MVP voting. And I'm averaging 28-15 without the free throws.
The audacity for O'Neal to mention 28 and 15 averages without the free throw, it ain't his Laker days no more. Let's look at the real stats. 23 and 10, not bad. Miami 59 wins from 42, but Phoenix literally a 29 win team. Adding Nash helped them finish 62 wins, earned the best record. Suns also went 2 and 5 overall without Nash that season. The Heat actually 6 and 3 without the Diesel.
Ain't no way Steve Nash outplayed me those 2 years he won MVP. I don't care what nobody said. They had a better record. I don't believe in all that stuff that they talk. So I need to understand the criteria. But
Here's O'Neal saying he lost to Steve Nash twice.
Says, yes, Steve Nash deserved the award for the following reasons.
maybe once, but not twice over the Diesel. Twice, 2 times in a row. He got 2, I got 1, Kobe got 1. Something wrong with that picture.
Twice, an absolute travesty of a statement. Nash won the MVP in 2006, and what Shaq finished that year? Not even top 10. Is he gonna get mad at Billups, Elton Brand, Tony Parker, and Shawn Marion? Matter of fact, O'Neal missed the grand total of 23 games that season, just cracked exactly 20 points, 9.2 rebounds. Team went 10 and 13 without him. The year he truly started to decline, while Nash left Phoenix to 54 wins without Amari. We can argue guys like Kobe, Dirk, or LeBron over Nash, but that's the topic for another day. Shaq has to know he's lying to himself if he thought Nash stole 2 MVPs from him and not 1. Shaq continued to complain Nash beating him out twice, lying.
The 2 times Steve Nash beat me out, you voted for Steve Nash?
I did.
I was too big, too strong, and I can't get it every year.
Sounds like the ramblings of a...
But he won it back to back.
Let it go, man.
I ain't letting it. One time and lost to Steve Nash twice. That's how I know it's not going to be good. Thank you very much.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
bitter?
What?
Come on, wait.
Good bet
You let that go?
No, I ain't going to let it go.
That was 20 years ago.
It don't matter. McKinney, Coach Reggie, was he true MVP or was he a sympathy MVP?
No, he was a true MVP.
Over me? Twice?
Oh, get out of here. Hey.
When Nash gets asked about it, here's the polite Canadian response.
The Diesel's entitled to his opinion, so, some people feel like, I shouldn't have won the MVP. Some people feel like I should have won 3, so.
Nash beat me out twice for MVP. I still don't know how.
Here's Chuck calling Shaq sensitive.
Mr. Sensitive. No, I ain't sensitive. I'm going to knock your ass out. Dumbass. Do it again, Chuck.
The then 38-year-old on his last legs had one big personal goal while coming to Boston.
My plan was when I go to Boston was only one thing. I got to pass up World Champion. And I had it all thing. I need to average 9, 10 points. I could do that. I was doing that anyway because I wasn't the Shaq at Boston. My plan was after I pass up World Champion, I was going to have a press conference and arrogantly say, I don't ever want to hear nobody else's fucking name. I'm the most dominant big man ever. But now you can say, Willie has more points, I have more championships. It's subjective. I'm fine with that. But if I would have passed him up in points, wasn't going to be no debate.
An individual milestone based on greatness combined with longevity, O'Neal retired with 2,823 points less than Wilt, which meant he needed to average 17.5 points a game, play 2 more full 82-game seasons. That was never happening given how his body was so broken down compared to the many games missed throughout his career. Matter of fact, Shaq's still close to 1,000 full points short of another all-time great center, Moses Malone. Of course, O'Neal mentions the word asterisk after the 2020 pandemic postponement, wanting the season completely scrapped.
I think we should scrap the season. Any team that wins this year, there's an asterisk. They're not going to get the respect. Worry about the safety and the fans and the people, then come back next year.
Tim Duncan won 5 championships. Shaq retired with 4. Both considered top 10 players by many. Still to this day, one of the closest all-time player debates. A good amount of fans prefer the big fundamental over O'Neal, mentioning how the 50-game season didn't count.
For example, if we would have won the championship in 1999, I wouldn't have accepted that. It's not a real season.
Is that why you guys got swept?
Yeah, exactly why I got swept, because I wasn't in. Exactly why I got swept, because I wasn't in no kind of mode.
Oh, okay.
No, I wasn't into it. So.
It absolutely counts. Forever in the record books, whether Shaq likes that or not. Oh, and what happened during those playoffs against the second-year Duncan? O'Neal and the Lakers got brutally swept, outplayed by the 23-year-old prodigy. Should have been Shaq's NBA to dominate, saying it wasn't a real season, an absolute travesty of a statement.
And I would tell Mr. Duncan this to his face. You have 4 rings. Yeah, it says you have 5, but the asterisk doesn't count. Anything I do, I never want an asterisk about it. And Beto, you can have the look in your face if you want. It's not a real season. It's not a real season. It is not. I don't listen. I know everybody was out there and they won. Listen. I'll tell him to his face. I'll tell all of San Antonio to his face. You only got 4.
Look, many players was out of shape, but as professional athletes, no excuses to be lazy. It's a responsibility for the best athletes to prepare playing at any given point surrounding uncertainty. Shaq only has himself to blame for not taking that season seriously, failing to make All-NBA first team, as it was superstar Duncan responsible for closing out the Great Western Forum forever. If a year like 2000 or 2001 became a lockout year and the Lakers dominated and won, would Shaq call that an asterisk season? I don't think so. Instead of being happy for today's players making more money than ever, Shaq of course finds a way to take a shot at Rudy Gobert.
Rudy, I mean, he got 200 million, Shaq.
200. I'm not going to hate, but this should be an inspiration to all the little kids out there. If you average 11 points in the NBA, you can get 200 million.
In O'Neal's second season, on pace to win the scoring title, already having intense beef with David Robinson, 33 more points than David entering their last regular season game, a hungry Admiral dropped a career-best 71 points, meaningless blowout. Shaq scored just 32, having 6 less total points than Robinson to finish out. Their beef started in the 94 All-Star game, where the West Bigs, Robinson, Hakeem, and Malone, alongside head coach George Karl, wanted to send a message to the young fella, who instantly became the most popular player once Jordan retired, releasing rap albums and acting in movies, held to 8 points, 2 of 12 shooting in an all-star game. Shaq's hatred became so personal, didn't tell anybody he made up a fake story on the Admiral after all these years, finally apologized for it 2020.
Dave, I want to say I apologize for making up that rumor that you love you, brother.
Hold on, what was the rumor? Oh, yeah, Shaq got people in San Antonio mad at me because I didn't sign an autograph for him when he was a kid or something. I don't know.
I remember that. I remember you saying that, Shaq.
So David took all my shine when he came to San Antonio, so I hated him for that. And then, the first couple of years he used to kill me, so I had to make up my rumor to get mad. So I could, that's something. Just to sprint up and down the court. I used to be like, man, slow down. So I just made up an autograph. Made up a scenario. Oh yeah, when I was 13, you ain't signed my autograph. I'm mad now. So.
Years after his breakup with Kobe Bryant, the Diesel won another title 2 years removed from LA. While Kobe eventually made it back to the finals 4 years later, the then 36-year-old had a little fun celebrating Kobe's loss to Boston.
Know how I be. Last week Kobe couldn't do without me. I'm a horse. Kobe ratted me out. That's why I'm getting divorced. Kobe, you can't do it without me. Everybody, Kobe, tell me how my ass tastes.
Here was Bryant's professional response right after.
I've had a great year. I had a great championship run. You know, enjoyed the weekend, a vacation with my family, and now I have an opportunity to go for gold. So I really don't have time to deal with those kinds of distractions.
Kobe's response after beating Boston and surpassing Shaq in ring total.
We know what it means as a team, but what about individually for you?
Just got one more than Shaq. So you can take that to the bank.
O'Neal proceeded to take his talents to the Celtics, ring chase like a madman.
Do you think I was pissed when you got number 5?
Of course you were.
Oh,
no doubt.
I told my house up.
No doubt. I bet you did.
No, I went crazy. I meant my last 3 years, I was championship chase, because if I can get 5 and he got 5, but the fact that he got 5 and I got 4 drives me crazy.
On being jealous of LeBron's maturity at a young age.
No, Cleveland, actually, LeBron was probably the best leader, young leader I've seen. And I was kind of jealous of him because he got to do stuff I could never do. Like, coach would be like, hey, man, we practicing at 10. LeBron would be like, no, we practicing 12. All right, practice at 12. And I was like, God damn, like, he get to bring his family members on the plane and people on the plane. So I was like, I've been a man for a long time. I never really had this much power.
You will get devoured, but don't you ever call me Dwight Howard.
On passing the Superman nickname to Dwight Howard.
Hey. It's only one Superman that ever come to this league, and you know his name. It's me.
I was supposed to say, who's in the building?
Were we supposed to say Aquaman? You made that man believe he was Superman.
He had a cape on with an S on it.
What he had on, okay? There's only one Superman. He was sitting there and said, oh, Dwight Howard is in the building.
Dwight Howard is in the building with a cape.
Superman had a Superman
don't give a damn what he had on. There's only one Superman.
Comes out with a cape on with an S on his chest. What was I supposed to call him?
Dwight Howard.
Superman is in the building.
Do you think Dwight Howard is going to win the dunk contest?
I do not. I do. Oh, he's going to win.
If you say that S word, I'm telling you now, it's going to be war. All you got to do is win a dunk contest to be called Superman. Don't call me that no more. That's all I'm saying. I don't know.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
Bashing him after winning with the Lakers as a role player.
So a lot of players on their little Instagram bragging like they were the reason they got the championship. I ain't gonna say no names.
There was a lot of that going on.
I ain't gonna say no names.
You don't have to.
Sit your ass down. You didn't do nothing. Stop it.
But I already know who you're talking about.
You know it too.
I know you know who I'm talking about. Stop it. Front runner.
More Dwight slander.
Dwight Howard is the best big man in the game.
Chucky Cheese.
Listen, you need to stop that. You need to let this Superman hatred go.
I ain't got nothing to do with it.
This ongoing Andrew Bynum, Dwight Howard conversation.
Being an old school big man, I'm going to go with Robin Lopez and Andrew Bynum because they play with their back to the basket.
Brooke Lopez or Robin?
Brooke. Same thing. They twins, they brothers, same things.
Well, first of all, you have some good points. You're just wrong.
If I'm going to throw a jab, I'm going to see and throw a jab in your face. I'm trying to help them. You don't want I tell you what, Dwight, you don't want my help, I won't say nothing. We'll see how it ends up for you.
O'Neal also used to be jealous of Larry Bird.
I actually used to hate Larry Bird. I hated him. Because,
well, why?
I mean, because, well, not hate him. I was sort of like, jealous of him because he was a regular guy that did everything. And, I thought most of what he did was luck. But as I, got older and kept watching, I just knew that it was skill. And, for him to even have his name mentioned in this category with Magic and Michael Jordan just shows how great of a player he was.
When someone talks about the MVP race of 2005.
Steve know he stole it from me. We talked about it in Phoenix. Steve. But it's not his fault. I understand. I love Steve.
People said that I could have won it the third year.
Shaq also hating on Luka.
I just say calm it down a notch. That's all.
Why?
Why?
Why? Look at that! Look at that game.
No, he's great, but I've seen that before. He's nice. He can play.
No, he can't play. He can do better than play, Shaq. He great.
Well, I'd say this.
Okay, but is he the top guard?
I did, but I was there.
His name is Steph Curry. Yeah. I've seen that before. His name is James Harden. I've seen it all last week. His name is Damian Lillard. Just calm it down a little bit. That's all I'm saying.
You hate him, man.
After Shaq's comments to Jokic saying SGA should have won MVP, at the time of this video, Jokic 2-0 since, SGA 0-2.